there is, in fact, a Diddy and Michael Jackson connection. Yes, the lawsuit that we have been covering and following, so much being revealed. We're getting close to something that is very dangerous. Artists that are producing music are actually being controlled via being induced into drugs at parties.
Michael Jackson's death has long been surrounded by numerous unsolved mysteries and controversies. One persistent mystery involves the claim that Diddy was with Michael Jackson during his final moments and spoke with him. This claim has fueled various controversies, suggesting that Diddy might have been involved in Michael Jackson's untimely demise. In the labyrinth corridors of Hollywood and the music industry, whispers of a clandestine group have long echoed. A shadowy ensemble purportedly weaving the threads of narratives far removed from the public eye. These murmurs have grown louder, with allegations linking this enigmatic entity to some of the most controversial figures and events in entertainment history.
There is directly a link to Michael Jackson's death. I want to be clear that when everything was going on with Michael Jackson, the lawsuits, I thought that we were in full conspiracy theory territory.
Central to this web of speculation are the names of Sean Diddy Combs and the late Michael Jackson, icons whose legacies are intertwined with tales of intrigue, mystery, and unspoken truths. As we peel back the layers of rumor and conjecture, a complex story begins to emerge, one that challenges our perceptions of fame, power, and secrecy. This narrative does not seek to confirm or deny, but to explore the depths of the stories that have captivated the world's imagination.
There is allegedly some sort of a blackmail ring that is operating throughout Hollywood, and that artists that are producing music are actually being controlled via being induced into drugs at parties.
According to online forums and speculative chatter, this group is not merely a figment of collective imagination, but a real entity with the power to influence narratives and shield its members from the fallout of their actions. Interestingly, the connection between Diddy and Michael Jackson emerges as a focal point in these discussions. The theory posits that this shadowy group has been instrumental in covering up the circumstances surrounding Michael Jackson's death and shielding Diddy from various allegations and legal challenges over the years.
The cleanup guy, Mr. Fahim Muhammad, was also on the scene when Michael Jackson died.
The speculation is fueled by the intricate relationships and shared histories among key figures in the industry, suggesting a network of influence and protection that extends beyond the public eye. The internet has gone wild with claims that the ties between these two icons are not merely coincidental, but indicative of a deeper, more orchestrated manipulation by this alleged group. Although nothing is proven, all evidence suggested by conspiracy theorists points towards a complex web of connections designed to safeguard reputations and maintain the status quo. As we delve deeper into this narrative, the line between fact and fiction blurs, leaving us to wonder about the true extent of power and secrecy within the halls of fame. At the heart of the swirling rumors and speculative whispers lies a figure both enigmatic and pivotal, Fahim Muhammad. Muhammad, who serves as the head of security for Michael Jackson, found himself enveloped in the controversies and conspiracy theories that followed the pop star's death. Interestingly, his professional journey did not end there. His association with Diddy has added layers of complexity to the narrative, fueling further speculation about the depth of his involvement and the nature of his work. Muhammad's role transcends that of a mere security professional. To some, he represents a linchpin in the alleged network that operates within the shadows of the entertainment industry. The internet has been abuzz with discussions about his dual association, suggesting that his position allowed him unparalleled access and influence, potentially acting as a bridge between Jackson and Diddy. This connection is not merely about shared employment, but hints at a deeper, more orchestrated involvement in managing the crises and controversies that seem to shadow these celebrities. As we peel back the layers of this story, the connection between Muhammad, Jackson, and Diddy becomes a focal point for understanding the mechanisms of power, loyalty, and secrecy that define the entertainment industry. The implications of Muhammad's dual roles are profound, suggesting a network of relationships and obligations that span beyond the public's view into the very heart of the industry's hidden corridors of power. This exploration into the shadows reveals not just the individuals involved, but the broader dynamics of fame, influence, and control that operate behind the scenes. scenes, shaping the narratives we see and the stories we are told. The enigmatic circumstances surrounding Michael Jackson's death have long been a source of speculation and intrigue. Central to the controversy is the role of Fahim Muhammad, whose position as Jackson's head of security placed him at the epicenter of the ensuing storm of conspiracy theories. These theories suggest that Muhammad's involvement was not merely professional, but part of a larger orchestrated effort to obscure the truth behind the pop icon's untimely demise. Moreover, conservative pundit Candace Owens has ignited a storm of controversy with her recent statements, alleging a connection between Diddy's ongoing lawsuit and the tragic demise of pop legend Michael Jackson. Owens made these bold claims on her podcast, where she delved into the intricacies of Diddy's legal troubles and expressed concern over what she sees as a notable lack of media attention. According to Owens, there exists a significant correlation between Diddy's legal challenges and the enigmatic circumstances surrounding Michael Jackson's passing.
When everything was going on with Michael Jackson, the lawsuits, his death, I thought that we were in full conspiracy theory territory when people were saying that Michael Jackson was killed.
Quote, "This case is arguably bigger than the Jeffrey Epstein case, and yet the media is silent on it. Why?" Owens questioned her social media followers. Terrifying to consider, but Hollywood and our politicians are being blackmailed into compliance. Additionally, she highlighted the connection between the individual allegedly involved in concealing Diddy's son's role in a shooting incident and Michael Jackson's former head of security, who was present at the time of the pop icon's death. Owens posits that individuals of this nature might resort to drastic measures, including M, to safeguard their interests.
The cleanup guy, Mr. Fahim Muhammad, was also on the scene when Michael Jackson died.
Furthermore, during her podcast, Owens outlined 5 pivotal insights gleaned from Diddy's recent lawsuit, positing that its ramifications could surpass even those of the infamous Jeffrey Epstein case. She also took to social media to voice her apprehensions, emphasizing the scant media attention directed towards Diddy's legal entanglements and hinting at potential implications for influential figures in both politics and Hollywood. Quote, "The Diddy case is arguably bigger than the Jeffrey Epstein case, and yet the media is virtually silent on it," Owens tweeted, along with a link to her podcast. "That's because they are implicated. It is dark, but we now know that both politicians and celebrities are being blackmailed." Expanding on her claims, Owens reiterated her stance in the YouTube caption, suggesting that both the media and Hollywood have motives for suppressing coverage of the Combs lawsuit. She perceives a dark agenda at work, one geared towards shielding prominent individuals from public scrutiny and consequences. Despite provoking debate and skepticism, Owens' assertions bring attention to the intricate power dynamics within the entertainment industry and underscore the far-reaching implications of legal controversies involving influential figures.
Something else that we learned in the Diddy lawsuit was that the media and the authorities are complicit. So the ring has real power, not imagined power. Again, I am using the word alleged.
It's undeniable that Michael Jackson's life was far from ordinary, marked by fame and complex family dynamics that exposed him to many difficult challenges. His passing on June 25, 2009 is one of those moments that sticks in everyone's memory. It sent shockwaves worldwide, dominating the headlines for weeks and prompting an unprecedented period of public mourning.
No, we're not taking that. Michael Jackson is not dead. No, Michael Jackson will not be dead.
Some deaths become iconic moments in culture, and when they do, it's common for unusual theories to emerge. Michael Jackson, a celebrity of immense stature, has had his fair share of elaborate conspiracy theories surrounding his death. Questions have arisen about whether he actually passed away on that day and if the events unfolded exactly as reported. Some even speculate on the possibility of foul play, suggesting that the King of Pop might have been intentionally harmed by someone in authority.
Never ever think differently, because first of all, Michael told me that they were going to marry him. He was afraid. He was afraid for his life. The people that were involved in his life.
Michael Jackson privately expressed intense fears about certain matters, a sentiment shared by some of his family members. Now let's shift our focus to his family, a legendary dynasty that has left an indelible mark on modern music. From their early Motown success as the Jackson 5 to Janet's groundbreaking achievements and Michael's lasting legacy as the King of Pop, their impact is undeniable. However, Michael Jackson still found himself in many serious allegations. Michael Jackson once found himself in a controversial situation with an official arrest warrant issued for his alleged inappropriate behavior with children.
It was the most humiliating ordeal of my life, but if this is what I have to endure to prove my innocence, So be it.
As Michael Jackson faced the grave allegations and turned himself in just weeks later, his legal situation reached a critical point. He was grappling with serious allegations, experiencing a low point in his life. Despite a tumultuous life frequently unfolding in the public eye, the abrupt passing of Michael Jackson on June 25, 2009 elicited genuine shock. After decades marked by more unsettling tabloid headlines than chart-topping hits, it appeared that the entertainer was poised to redirect his focus to his career. He had committed to a 50-night residency at London's esteemed O2 Arena for a comeback show titled This Is It, promising an extravagant retrospective of his illustrious career. Unbeknownst to Jackson's fans at the time was the extent of his health struggles and the race he and his team faced to ready him for the stage. This involved addressing issues such as insomnia and D-dependency that had developed in his later years alongside efforts to maintain a healthy diet. The details of his final 24-hour meals, a crucial aspect often mired in misinformation, shed light on the efforts undertaken to ensure his well-being during this critical period.
I get the breakfast ready for the children in the morning around 8:30, like that, 9 o'clock. And they're having breakfast and time goes by.
On June 24, 2009, the day before Michael Jackson's untimely death, his final meal at home took place in the company of his family. Despite the forthcoming This Is It residency scheduled in London, rehearsals were conducted at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, conveniently located just a short drive from Jackson's residence on Carrollwood Drive. During this meal, Jackson shared the table with his children Prince, Paris, and Blanket, all of whom resided with him. Catering to the nutritional needs of the Jackson family was their personal chef Kai Chase, responsible for crafting health-conscious meals for the pop icon and his loved ones. In a recollection shared on Larry King Live, Chase mentioned preparing 3 meals a day for Jackson, some of which he would carry to rehearsals for This Is It. Whether at home or on the go, Jackson consistently dined downstairs with his children, fostering a familial atmosphere around their shared meals. According to the Associated Press, Kai Chase, the personal chef for the Jackson family, stated that Michael Jackson's last meal with his children at their home consisted of seared ahi tuna paired with an organic salad. This culinary ensemble was complemented by a refreshing blend of carrot and orange juice. It's worth noting that some media outlets initially reported a different menu, suggesting Jackson had a chicken and spinach salad. However, these variations seem to stem from misinterpretations of Chase's broader recollections regarding the family's preferred meals.
They have a chance to play with their cousins and, they're having a great time. They look wonderful. They're happy.
Contrary to some wrongful claims that Jackson's meal with his family was his final one, another witness contradicts this narrative. According to additional accounts, the star reportedly consumed another meal before heading to rehearsals, on the fateful night that would become his last. The grandeur of This Is It was envisioned to be one of the most spectacular live stage shows ever conceived. According to Randall Sullivan's Untouchable, The Strange Life and Tragic Death of Michael Jackson, the production not only aimed to showcase Michael Jackson's remarkable array of hits, but also promised a visual feast with extravagant set pieces and cutting-edge 3D effects. Amidst this spectacle, the audience anticipated Jackson to deliver a performance of unmatched brilliance, singing and dancing at a level he hadn't achieved in over a decade. Tragically, Jackson's journey to reclaim his former glory was hindered by chronic back pain, stemming from an on-stage accident in 1997. This persistent discomfort led to his dependence on pain medication, impacting his sleep patterns at the time of This Is It. The responsibility for Jackson's health during this critical period was entrusted to Dr. Conrad Murray by the show's promoter AEG Live. Dr. Murray in turn administered prescription D to address the pop star's health challenges.
Of course, the most hidden treasure trove of his life is with me, but I have protected Michael up till now.
Simultaneously, the production crew harbored concerns about Michael Jackson's apparent frailty, particularly given the demanding expectations placed on him. Recognizing the physical challenges of the arduous rehearsal schedule, there was a concerted effort to encourage Jackson to maintain a healthy diet to sustain his energy levels. According to Untouchable, one individual who closely collaborated with Jackson in those concluding days was Ed Alonzo, an accomplished magician tasked with orchestrating large-scale feats of magic for the show. Alonzo attested that on June 24th, just before rehearsals commenced at 9 p.m., he observed what might have been Jackson's last meal, chicken and broccoli.
I've said nothing that has been inflammatory about my friend. I protected Michael.
The expectations placed on Michael Jackson to deliver sensational performances throughout his 50-night residency were monumental. While undoubtedly motivated to provide his fans with an unforgettable experience, reports indicated that the singer was facing significant financial challenges.
And they said that he could not pay for the popsicle his daughters were using, that he was penniless.
Agreeing to the shows was seen as an opportunity to revitalize not only his career and reputation, but also his financial standing. Consequently, the early rehearsals proved to be demanding, with the King of Pop grappling with poor health and inadequate sleep, causing concern among the production team.
Despite the pain and suffering that I've encountered.
Facing these challenges, Jackson was notably absent for several early rehearsals, as the opening night of This Is It in London loomed just a few weeks away by the end of June. The pressure intensified for things to fall into place, underscoring the urgency to overcome obstacles and present a triumphant performance. During the last rehearsal at the LA Staples Center, multiple witnesses, including Ed Alonzo, attested to its resounding success. Jackson appeared notably happier and healthier than in any preceding rehearsal, leaving a positive impression on the observers. The session extended until midnight and encompassed Jackson's complete repertoire of hits. As the night concluded, there was a collective conviction that they were moving in the right direction. Jackson expressed satisfaction and gratitude to the team, ending the evening on an optimistic note. However, fate took a tragic turn, marking the final appearance of the King of Pop before the team. Despite Michael Jackson's evident energy and enthusiasm during his final rehearsal, he grappled with issues at home, particularly related to sleep. Despite his genuine excitement about the quality of the This Is It performance, calming himself down proved challenging, as detailed in Untouchable. Nonetheless, he made an effort to go straight to bed, with Dr. Conrad Murray tasked with preparing medications aimed at aiding the overworked star in getting much needed rest for his comeback residency. Between 1:30 a.m. and 3 a.m., Murray administered 3 different sedatives: Valium, Ativan, and Versed. Additional doses were given throughout the night as Jackson's insomnia persisted.
Michael Jackson never mentioned a single doctor to me who was treating him with opioids, propofol.
Disturbingly, reports indicate that Michael Jackson's final request to Dr. Murray was for some milk. However, this seemingly innocent term concealed a more ominous reality. Untouchable reveals that milk was Jackson's nickname for propofol, a medication to which he had developed a dependency due to chronic pain. Shockingly, Murray administered this substance at 10:40 a.m., marking a tragic turn of events in the life of the iconic performer. In an interview with the Associated Press, Kai Chase recounted the unsettling moment the following morning, when she sensed that something was gravely amiss. Quote, "I thought maybe Mr. Jackson is sleeping late," Chase said. "I started preparing the lunch and then I looked at my cell phone and it was noon. About 12:05 or 12:10, Dr. Murray runs down the steps and screams, 'Go get Prince.' He's screaming very loud. I run into the den where the kids are playing. Prince, Jackson's oldest son, runs to meet Dr. Murray, and from that point on you could feel the energy in the house change. I walked into the hall and I saw the children there. The daughter was crying. I saw paramedics running up the stairs. Around lunchtime, Murray rushed down the stairs, urgently calling for Jackson's son, Prince. The situation escalated when paramedics arrived and hurried to Jackson's room, prompting the family to gather downstairs, where they initiated prayers. Chase, in a surreal turn of events, was asked to leave the house while Jackson was being transported to the hospital. Chase recalls, "We were all praying, help Mr. Jackson be okay." Then everyone was very quiet. According to Kai Chase, on typical days, Dr. Conrad Murray would bring Michael Jackson the specially prepared fruit juice drinks she crafted, accompanied by granola with almond milk. The pop star's lunch, shared with the children, featured a menu ranging from items like spinach salad to chicken. Sometimes Dr. Murray would join them for dinner, which might include dishes such as seared ahi tuna. Chase mentioned that the doctor would consult with her regarding the 50-year-old singer's dietary preferences, ensuring that he ate properly.
Mr. Jackson's juices or some sort of breakfast for him for that morning. So around that time, I noticed I hadn't seen Dr. Murray.
Authorities conducted searches at Dr. Conrad Murray's Las Vegas home and medical office as part of an investigation, which also involved raids of his clinic and storage in Houston the previous week. Pending toxicology reports, investigators are operating on the theory that the potent anesthetic propofol may have played a role in causing Michael Jackson's heart to stop. As per a law enforcement official speaking to the Associated Press, Murray reportedly informed investigators that he routinely administered the D to help Jackson sleep, including on the early morning of June 25th.
I did not spare myself. I am not a perfect man.
Neither is Michael.
The official, speaking anonymously due to the ongoing investigation, disclosed that propofol is meant to be administered exclusively in monitored medical environments by trained personnel. Murray allegedly left the bedroom and returned to find the star unresponsive, marking a critical point in the unfolding events under investigation. The gravity of the situation ultimately led to Murray's legal troubles. Kai Chase explained that Michael Jackson had reviewed her resume, which highlighted her experience cooking for Macy Gray and Jamie Foxx, along with catering a fundraiser for President Barack Obama. Jackson was also aware of her multiracial background and the fact that Red Fox was her godfather. However, before officially starting her role, Chase had to undergo approval from 3 additional individuals, the Jackson children. "I came to the house and the first people I met were the kids. They started interviewing me," she said. "They told me we're into healthy eating. When they approved her, she went to work and we developed a really great bond." Most days, she said, Jackson made a point of having both lunch and dinner with the children, Prince, 11-year-old Paris, and 7-year-old Prince Michael II, known as Blanket, and each meal was preceded by Paris saying grace. After weeks of healthy food, she said she wrote Jackson a note with a suggestion. "I said, what about doing comfort food Saturdays? We could do barbecued chicken and corn on the cob, maybe Mexican food or soul food." She said he loved the idea, but as the concerts approached, healthy eating returned full time. He said, "I'm a dancer," and he wanted food that would not make him cramp up while he was dancing. So according to Candace Owens, during all this scene, Fahim Muhammad, who was the same guy mentioned at the shooting involving Diddy and his son, was present, which has led people to think that Diddy may be potentially involved in Michael's death. One person on the internet wrote, quote, "The Michael Jackson stuff, I started questioning if they took him down because he knew what was going on. There was a video a while ago breaking down his 'They Don't Care About Us' song and the lyrics and what he was really saying, framing him to be a pedophile when he was trying to save or protect them. They frame anyone who will try to expose things in the industry and crazy, etc., etc." Another one added, quote, "I also questioned how this kid could be head of security for Michael Jackson and P. Diddy. What credentials and experience could he possibly have under his belt? Oh yeah, it's called a fall guy, but he got away scot-free." But even beyond this case, there are reports he might also be involved in inducing MJ into all those alleged S activities with young people, because according to the lawsuit, he has been involved in many freakouts.